In this session, we're going to look at lessons 104 through 106. In lesson 104, we're going to look at the sum of a arithmetic series and the sum of a geometric series. And remember, the formula for an arithmetic series is an equals a1 plus n minus 1d. You guys have that. And then the other one is the geometric series is an minus a1r to the n minus 1. You guys have that. The formulas you're going to need to add are the ones that I'm going to circle in blue. This is the sum of a series here. So you're going to need these. First, we'll look at the sum of an arithmetic series. And what they give us is, in the word problem, they tell us a1 is negative 10, the common difference is 20. And then they want you to find the sum of the first 11 terms. Well, all we need in order to do that is we need a1. We need to know how many terms, which we do. It will be 11, but we need to know another term in there. And let's find the 11th term. So we'll find a11, which we already know how to do. If the first term is negative 10, plus the 11th term is 11 minus 1, which is 10, times the common difference, which is 20. So we have 200 minus 10. So a11 is 190. And so we're going to use that for this formula. So if we're going to find the sum of the first 11 terms, we're going to need, it's going to be, the number of terms is 11. So 11 divided by 2. The first term is still negative 10. And we found that the 11th term was 190. So then you just do the math here, and you're going to find the sum of the 11 terms is, of the first 11 terms, is 990. Not too tough. Similar concept when you go over to the geometric side is they want to find the sum of the first 9 terms. And they tell us that patient 1, patient 0, A1 is negative 8, and the ratio is negative 2. So let's go ahead and find the 9th first. So A9, which you know how to do, equals A1, which was negative 8. R is negative 2. And if it is the 9th term that we're trying to find, 9 minus 1 is 8. So the 9th term in this sequence, we will find as, you know what, scratch that. On these, you don't even need to find the 9th term. You can go ahead and use this formula to plug things in. The sum of the 9 terms, A1 is negative 8, and then we have 1 minus r to the n. If it is the 9th term, the r was negative 2 all over 1 minus negative 2. So we will have negative 8, and then on the bottom it's 3, and it'll be 1 minus 512 is what this ends up being. And then finishing it out, this becomes negative 1368. So not too tough, but that's how you find the sum of an arithmetic sequence and the sum of a geometric sequence. We will skip lesson 105. You guys are good there. Lesson 106, it's going to be hyperbolas and ellipses, an ellipse and a hyperbola. And in order to do this, it is simply learning how to complete the square when it's a little bit of a different looking deal here. So the first thing is I took what they gave us, and by the way, this is number 7 from lesson 106 homework. So you can look at number 7 here. And we have 9x squared plus 54x. And then I rearranged it to 4y squared minus 8y equals negative 49, brought that to the other side. First thing we're going to do is we're going to factor a 9 out of everything. So we're going to have 9, or at least of this one, x squared plus 6x. And then we're going to factor a 4 out here. So y squared minus 2y equals negative 49. And then we're going to divide by 2 and square it. So it's 3, so it's going to be plus 9. Divide by 2 and square it. So it is going to be plus 1. Now the interesting thing is, before we, obviously we've got to add the same amount to the other side, but it's going to be 9 times 9. So it's going to be plus 81, and this will be plus 4, because 1 times 4. And then, of course, once you add this up, it's going to be 36. And so we'll get 4 parentheses, y minus 1 squared. We will get 9 parentheses, x plus 3 squared, plus that when you break it down there. Then we're going to divide everything by 36. So this will cancel. You're left with 4. This will cancel, left with 9. So we get x plus 3 squared over 4 plus y minus 1 squared over 9 equals 1. And this is exactly what we were looking for. And then we're going to turn this into 2 squared and this into 3 squared. And this is going to help us in graphing this. Then you just graph this as you normally do. The center is going to be at negative 3, 1. That's the center of this ellipse. And then our major axis is 6, and it'll be up and down. Our minor axis is 4, and it'll be left to right. So when graphing this, it is going to look something like negative 3, 1. There is our center line, and it's going to be something like that. The second part of this lesson is with a hyperbola, which you're going to do it the exact same thing. Instead of graphing an ellipse, you're going to graph a hyperbola. So that is it for lessons 104, 105, and 106.